Hello everybody, Mark here. Today I'm going to be making some kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, kind of I don't know, a hot pot, shall we say. I'll put that at the hot pot of the title. Now, what it's going to consist of is, you saw these the other day, McCain's smoky paprika wedges. Now these are part of the 5 items of £5 that the co-op are doing. Okay, so I'm going to put 2, 4, 6, 8, about 8 or 9 of those in the air fryer. Now these are going to take 18 minutes, but I'm going to put them in for 6 because when the 6 minutes is up, then I shall add in the second ingredient. Now these take 12, so yeah, when that's done for 6, I'll put this with it for 12, so the wedges will be in there for 12 plus 6, that'll be about 18. Yeah, so that's how long it is. Anyway, this again is part of the 5 items for £5. Chicken pop stars, southern fried. Okay, I'm going to open these up, see what they look like. I'll put a few in there. Let's see. I'll put a few less in actually, because I want to save half of these for a dish that I've got my eye on tomorrow. Okay, so that's what they look like. There you go. I'm going to put in 2, 4, 6, 7 of those. Okay, so the wedges, 7 of those, which, like I say, these are 190 degrees, fan 170, gas 5, about 12 minutes. Okay, right, that's the 2 meat ingredients, well, the 2 main ingredients. Then the third ingredient is the cheapest beans that I could find out of the co-op. These are 26p a can. If you go to Tesco, Sainsbury's, they've all got their own brand for about, 4 cans for £1, so that works about the same. So that's what is going to be the moisture part of the dish. And now I'm going to be cooking. I'll turn the viewfinder there. I'm going to be chopping up and throwing in the last of the pastrami. Now I've been doing a bunch of sandwiches and rolls and whatnot with this earlier in the week. So now, with the last bit of pastrami, I'm gonna chop this up into small bite-sized pieces. There you go, because they are pretty big slices. So I just want to chop them up. Okay, I'm going to keep going with that for a moment. Now what I've done, I've put the pastrami into the pan here, just for the moment. I'm not ready to cook that yet, because I want to throw that into the cooked beans. Now the next lot is, you've seen this, I've been making a load of rolls and sandwiches with this. Polish smoked pork loin. Now this stuff, I've been making loads of different sandwiches with this. This is good stuff. It's basically very thin, cold bacon slices. Oh, with a slight hint of smokiness. Alright. Let's see, that's 4. That's 8. Yeah, that'll probably do. Now, that is what I've got that left, so I'm going to be making some sandwiches with that little last bit, or I'm going to use it in another dish tomorrow. And again, same as with the pastrami, this is the pork loin. I'm going to slice this up into little pieces. That way, it's all manageable. You just get a big spoonful, because once it's in the hot pot, you don't want to be chopping things up. So just go ahead and dice all this. There we go. That's the pork loin. About 8 slices of it. Now I'm going to put the pastrami on the plate, just to get it out of the way. because I need the pan back so I can start heating up the beans. There we go. So I'm going to put this to one side till it's ready. Okay, the wedges have just, the bell has gone, so they've been in there for 6 minutes. I'm going to put these little nugget chicken bites things in there, so they're both going to go in for another 12 minutes, and that should do that. Okay, now meantime I'm going to prepare the beans. And the plan is, when the beans start, anyway, it's all going to go in and make a big hot pot. So, right, the beans are next. Now, I've just turned the beans on because the chicken little bite-sized bits things, they're about 6 minutes away, along with the wedges. So, I'll put the beans on. When the beans start bubbling, I'm going to throw in all the meat, and then it'll all be a good mix. And while that's happening, I've just got a quick shout out to now the other day, a few days ago I ordered two biryanis for myself, right? One for dinner, which I did a review on, and one for breakfast the next morning. Now, the one that I had for breakfast the next morning, I reheated it in a frying pan here, and I called it. So if you're interested, what I'll do, I'll try and put it in the corner there, so you can have a look if you want. I entitled it "Reheating Last Night's Biryani with Added Ingredients." Now, what it was, in a frying pan, the added ingredients were salami and chorizo. And Dan, one of my regular viewers and correspondents, he gave it a name, and he calls it birimaki. You know, so it's a twist on biryani. There you go, birimaki, because it's biryani with a Marks Remarks twist on there. So thank you to Dan for the input, and that's just the only one on that one today. So I'll mark that one off. Okay, and maybe if anybody's got an interesting name for this dish, by all means write it in, and if it's even halfway averagely decent, you'll get a shout out. Okay. Anyway, I'll come back in a moment when the beans are cooking. Now, I've turned the heat from 10. I put it on 10 for the beans, out of 12, just to get them boiling away. And let's have a. I'll tell you what though, there really is no point spending 60+ pence for a tin of beans when you can get 26p. We're perfectly fine. Anyway, that's bubbling away there. So now it's time for the meat. Actually, I'm going to turn it down to. It's been bubbling away pretty good, so there. I'm going to turn it down to 6. There you go. Because the meat I just sort of want, just to simmer, just to cook through, so it won't be cold. Or not cook through, sort of heat through. Okay. Right, so there you have it. That's what the beans with all the meat in there looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean this dish can be made with any old scraps that you've got laying around. I mean, I've got packets of meat that I've been doing sandwiches with. I'm going to throw in some little chicken bits and some wedges. Instead of all that, you could throw in fish fingers and hash browns and onion rings and, did I say fish fingers? Anyway, fish fingers, chips, anything you got laying around, it's all good. There you go. So I'm going to be putting the wedges and the chicken bits in there in a minute. And I think just as a Brucey bonus, I'm going to be, I think I'll eat it with the last, I've got two tortilla wraps here. Okay, so I'm going to gently warm that through. Now the wedges will go in the bowl. Just before I throw it in with the beans. Actually, I'm going to mix that around again. Got to keep it moving so it doesn't sort of stick. Now, there you go, you can see that. I'm just going to chop. I've already chop up the wedges, but these chicken bits, I'm going to chop them up because they're whole. I mean, they're bite-sized, but I'm just going to cut them into smaller bite-sized pieces. There you go, so just go around there. Any big bits, just cut them up into half or thirds. Okay. Right. So, in they go. Okay. Right, that's what that looks like now. Very nice. Tell you what, there's not a lot I can add to this to improve it any further as far as I can see. But yeah, it's all but just let it simmer away just for a moment. Now that's what it looks like, and it'll tell you it looks really good. I wouldn't say it smells all that, you know, it doesn't smell bad, but it just doesn't smell brilliant. But, you know, it doesn't smell of much of anything, to tell the truth. Oh, but it tastes good. That's the main thing. Oh, yeah, that paprika's coming through pretty strong. That and, I thought, actually, the little pepper, somebody wrote to me now, in one of the comments, that isn't pepper on the pastrami. But it says pepper on the packet. Tastes like pepper anyway. Okay, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Maybe, yeah, maybe like that. That might work. Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is so, it tastes pretty good on its own, you know. Like I say, there's not a lot I can add to this to make it taste any better. Whoa! Whoa, whoa. Whoa! Oh, Jesus, that's hot. Oh, wow. Right. Okay, I'm going to have a wedge. Tell you what, if you get the chance, I mean, you don't have to use pastrami as such. I mean, pastrami is really good. Well, I'm going to end this real quick because it's a bloody 13-minute video. But anything with a bit of flavour, you know, a bit of sausage meat, a bit of spicy meat or something. But any old bits and pieces you've got laying around the freezer, that'll do. And you can put that in. Okay, anyway, that's what that looks like. And if you have a name for it, by all means, I'd love to hear one. I've got one or two good ones in my head, but there you have it. Okay, I'm going to put this again over here. I'm going to put a couple of links. And it's burning my fingers. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much for watching.